Hello. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm on my regular page. I'm with friends and family and saying hello. What a beautiful and glorious day. And I wanted to share a very special message with you guys. So I'm going to have to admit I had to dig down really super deep to be able to come on. I love doing Facebook Lives with my private groups. I love doing Facebook Lives with my business page, Kelly Frick Connect, all right? And I love doing Facebook Lives with you guys. I don't always merge the two and whatnot, but I just felt this was like super important to share with you guys today because it's so near and dear to my heart. About, why I'm so passionate about what I do and why I do what I do, right? Any of you who follow my blog at Kelly Frick Connect know that it is totally about my life journey, about my past traumas, about my sexual abuses, my rapes, all that for a 20-year span of all sorts of things. Right, and my private groups, it's all about me sharing how to be able to learn and to be able to heal our whole self and to be able to, go on this health journey, right, of our whole body, connecting our spirit and our physical health. But I don't always hop on with you guys, and I realize that, our brain can only hold either love or fear, one or the other at one time, okay? And so the truth is, I want love to always reside in my head. How about you guys? I mean, that's what I want, right? So I realized when I woke up this morning and I was doing my morning prayers, and I've been working on so many things that I've been sharing on my blog with my healing journey and all that stuff, that with today's BOGO being frankincense and jasmine, I had to share this with you guys. I have to share with you how these two oils are amazing. They are truly theology of the body. Now, those of you who know how passionate I am about theology of the body are going to see the connection and understand, and that's what I'm here to share with you guys, the connection of how these two oils really embody theology of the body. All right, so frankincense is all about us speaking our truth, and theology of the body is all about us speaking our truth of the beauty of our human sexuality. Hey, Stephanie, and definitely throw out hearts and throw out love out there, because, oh my goodness, I'm going to so be raw and I'm going to be real here with you guys, because that's what this journey, this life journey is about throwing out the fear from our head, right, and embracing the love in our head and sharing with everybody out there, because even if this touches just one person and this impacts just one person, then that means we're making a change, we're making hope, all right? And I even came outside because I wanted fresh air. I wanted to be able to breathe in God's beauty of this day so that I can speak raw with you guys. And I wanted to share with you two things about frankincense and jasmine. Well, so many more actually, but why I feel very convicted about frankincense and jasmine being the oils of our human sexuality, about the beauty of our sexuality. And that's because frankincense is the oil of truth. It helps us stay bonded and connected with our amazing Lord. And He's the one who created us, right? He's the one who created our sexuality, our beauty. And jasmine helps us remember that purity of our sexuality. It helps us remember to have balance with our sexuality, to embrace it, and to throw away any of the pain and the shame that we might have that is surrounded about our sexuality. And the reason why this is so very near and dear to me is because when I started my journey so many years ago of realizing that my 20 years of sexual traumas needed to truly be addressed, that understanding that sexual trauma, sexual abuses, sexual choices, sexual shame, sexual healing needs to truly take place. And if it wasn't for oils like frankincense and jasmine and even hope, I I would not be where I'm at today. I would not be writing my book on my blog and sharing it for the entire world to see my vulnerabilities. And because I usually share it on my blog, I share it one-on-one whenever I know that there's somebody who really needs to hear my story. I'm not afraid to share my story, especially when God is pressing on me to share my story. But coming on here, like right now, raw, it's kind of, that's okay. Sorry, my phone. So that's okay. Because it's leaving space for love, for light, right? It's stomping out the darkness that the enemy is trying to, bring down on us. So my why is frankincense and jasmine so important to me in my life? Since this is my Facebook page, right? I'm going to share a little bit more about Kelly Frick. And because of those 20 years of multiple different types of rapes and innuendos and abuses, sexual harassments and stuff, it created a disconnect in my body, a distortion, a deception, a lack of trust, a lack of feeling safe, a lack of self-love. And I needed to release those past traumas. I needed to remember how beautifully and wonderfully made I was. And I worked on it for many years. And we're onions, right? So we continually are working on it. We're continually peeling that onion of us, right? And so having to work through things like dysmorphia and disordered eating and shame and so many different things over the course of the years, having a thyroid storm that brought everything to the surface, so many different things. If it wasn't for oils like frankincense and jasmine to really help me remember how beautifully and wonderfully made I am, I don't really know where I would be. And God is truly in the center of all of this, but he gives me these amazing tools to be able to help support me through all of this, right? I remember, I think it was 2 years ago when doTERRA came out with their Hope Oil, and that really struck my heart super, super hard, because that oil is specifically dedicated for helping with human trafficking, and that is something that's just so near and dear to me. But the more I have had the opportunity to use jasmine, because it is finally accessible to us, I see the release. I see that next layer of my healing taking place and feeling free, feeling the shame totally peeling away, feeling the healing continually pouring on me, me seeing the beautiful woman that I am, that I've always known. That is one thing God has always equipped me really well with, is being able to, with my dysmorphia, any woman out there who understands dysmorphia knows that it's a terrible mind-boggling thing, right? And we can get caught up in those lies. But God really, really protected and shielded me with it. I was always able to look in the mirror and say, that's a lie. I don't care what you think you see, it's a lie, because you are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are amazing, all right? But because of tools, because of amazing tools that God has given us through our plants, through the oils of our plants, I am able to embrace that truth of his, that truth that he gives me with the support of frankincense, the truth of how beautifully and wonderfully made my sexuality is. And I'm able to embrace, the love and the relationship between my husband and I, because any woman who's out there, if there's anything I want you guys to take away from this message is this. If there's any woman out there who really, really needs this, and I want you men to understand this too, when a woman or a man, when you've gone through sexual trauma, whether it's sexual harassment, actual rapes from a stranger, rape from an acquaintance, rape from a loved one, sexual innuendos, anything that is an affront to our being, we were made sexually, right? We are sexual beings. God created us for goodness, for wholeness, for love. When there is an affront to that, a trauma to that, then there is major healing and repair that needs to take place. Because when our physical body has been affronted, then we need to create trust again. We have to feel safe. We need to feel loved. We need to release. And jasmine and frankincense comes in and it helps remind you that you are beautiful, you are wonderful, and you don't need to hide. That our Lord is there to hold you, to embrace you, to love you, because you are beautifully and wonderfully made. So my dear brothers and sisters, if you are struggling with any sexual trauma, any sexual past, please think and consider of using tools, that God has given us through prayer, through tapping, through oils, through these two oils, because they can truly be life-changing. Because these tools he gives to us to help us tap into him. He helps us to be able to hear the truth that he's been pouring into us. But we don't always hear because of our fears or because of our pain, because of our past, because of the lies of the enemy. All right? Take away those walls. Allow the oils to help take away those walls so that you can truly connect your physical and emotional health to the truth that our amazing Lord is giving to us each and every day, of how much he loves us and how beautifully and wonderfully made we are, no matter what we have done in our lives, no matter what has been done to us in our lives. We are beautifully and wonderfully made. You guys have an amazing and beautiful, blessed day. Take care and God bless.